Welcome back to Bond SCX. This is week 41, October 10th to October 14th. This is Lance the Bargain Stock Bounty Hunter back at you again with another great plays of the week. I got my special guest Daz joining me today, and we're going to come up with some great plays and let you guys know what's going good in the market and some things that may not be going so well. Disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I advising anyone to spend their money. This is only for educational purposes and only my opinion. Any money spent is at the individual's own discretion and not due to any information from me. So if you're new to the channel, this is my scanner. This is kind of the X marks the spot. This points us in a direction on the map to go to the charts and see what opportunities we have. What I'm scanning for is I'm looking for trend, true value, and good price points in the market. So before we get started, let's go to the overall NASDAQ. Where I like to get started. And so looking at 1 year, 1 day, and looking at where I projected the market would be last week, it came down a little bit lower than what I projected. You can see everything is still in a bearish mode. Did show some signs. Looking at Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you can see, looks like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you can see in the market, you see a lot of a kind of a fake out bullish pattern trying to pull the market back up. You see the MACD is very, very flat. Don't see the convergence and divergence lines are really close together. It doesn't give us direction which way it's going to go. I do project the market will still continue to fall some more this week. Looking at historical fall patterns, you see this is kind of the trend or line that it wants to be on. So I think it will fall some more this week. I think it will have somewhat of a pullback Friday. Wouldn't be surprised if we see some pumping going on in the market. You will see the green. You see the green, red, and blue. Trying to get a little closer. I do think it'll be similar to this fake out we saw around the September 12th timeframe, where we saw the green. We saw this day resist on the red. We see another resistance on the red here as well on the Williams alligator. So again, when we see that resistance on the green, on the red here, I'm sorry, you see it fall back down and touch this red line here. So I would expect to see some more fall this week out of this kind of zone where the price wants to be in this kind of down market. We'll see it fall back out of that area. So that's my call out for the NASDAQ project by Friday, 10,005 to 10,744. Moving on to the New York Stock Exchange, I'd like to look at that one as well, because a lot of the stocks we trade on pretty much trade on these two markets. We see a different kind of picture here. It actually looks way more bearish. You can see the on the MACD, see everything falling down. Looks like even more of a possible pullback in that market. And we see, again, we mentioned a couple weeks ago, had 3 lows back to back. We saw a pullback and we saw resistance on the red as well. And we see it fall right back down, come right back in the zone where I projected would be last Friday. So looking at this week, I do expect it to fall down some more. It's way out of this blue zone that I projected would be at this point in time. We do see this, again, resistance on the red, very, very much still in a bearish pattern. We do see it, the teal and green wanting to cross up, but you see all of them kind of pointing down as well. And we saw the very similar, again, back around September 12th. We saw the same thing here on the New York Stock Exchange. Although at this point it resisted on the blue, hasn't made it up that far. So I wouldn't be surprised if it got pushed up this week and then pulled back again, possibly on Friday. So I think it's a holiday this week. We got Columbus Day and Ingenious Day. Sorry if I didn't pronounce that right. Coming up tomorrow, the markets will still be open, and so don't think that'll have a big impact on the market, but there will be banks closed and some federal markets closed tomorrow. All right, so let's get into the plays of the week. We're going to look at Barrick. Barrick Gold came in this week very flat. First call out this week. It's right at True Value. It closed that Friday at 1548. True Value is at 1548. So let's look at Barrick Gold. Barrick Gold has been a stock we've called out in the past. So let's look at our previous call outs for Barrick Gold. And so we look at around the August timeframe. It didn't come down to my price point here. Looks like around the August 24th, very next week, we called out again. I believe, Daz, it came down to your price point at 1579. I got really close on the low here, 1588. So I don't think it came down to your price point either. So looks like we missed out on Barrick Gold in the past call outs. So we'll try to see what we can do this week. I'm going to call this one out again this week. I do like what I'm seeing in the price of gold as well, which is kind of follows this similar pattern as this company. But look at this over the last, since August 31st, kind of see, got it pulling in flat as far as in the last month, but in the last couple of weeks, I do see it slightly pulling up. I do see a nice little pattern here. I do see a lot of more volume coming in on the 30th. I do see a little bit of manipulation there on the 30th that I feel like will be covered. I do think it will come down a little bit further than that. And I think 1457 comes down to that price point. I feel real confident that it'll come up from that pullback pretty strong from that point. It did have a recent low of 1397 on 926. So I expect this one to definitely have a little movement this week. It may spring a little bit higher before it pulls back down, but I think this week 1457 is a good price point for me, with the potential by Friday 1505 to 1579. So you're looking at about anywhere between 3 to 7%. So that's my call out for Barrick Gold. Daz, what's your call out for Barrick Gold this week?
So for me this week, I got down for Barrick 1502.
Okay. What's your thoughts on Barrick at that price?
I think you can get in at that price this week. Honestly, I could probably see maybe getting in around the 1520s range for a quick, maybe 2 to 7% gain. But
okay,
no bad thoughts on Barrick at all, though.
Okay. Maybe we can finally catch this one this week. This one's been kind of difficult. It actually fell.
This was kind of tricky. This was tricky.
Yeah, it is tricky. And the price of gold's been all over the place as of late, too. So maybe this week might be our week. All right. Next on the list, we're going to go down to Merck. Merck is a medical company, comes in flat, 47 cents overpriced at a true value of $87.13. So we can go to Merck on the charts. And we haven't called out Merck before. I think I've traded this one in the past couple of years off and on. So it's not too bad of a stock here. I will say, looking at first glance, a year and 1 day since we haven't analyzed this one, it has a high of 95.72 coming in on June 27th. It's been pretty heavily above what I call the cake range, which is in between these two purple lines is where the price wants to be typically. And it's been way overpriced, in my opinion. It's kind of down in a nice little zone. It's come down to the 180-day SMA here. It's showing a little support, so I kind of like that. I do want to point out that it has a big manipulation point here that I wouldn't be surprised if it comes down to cover that 84.54 from 922. We had 12 million shares, where you see mostly this stock trades around 5 to 6 million. So 12 million is about double what it should have been traded on, and so you don't see the price come back down to that point and cover it yet. You see it push strong above that. So see a little resistance here. See a little bit of a pullback. All the colors, see teal, green, red, and blue are pretty much right in order. Not a very strong bullish sign yet. I do like what I'm seeing with the MACD. So I will say, with this support on the SMA over the last couple of weeks, I do see a little bit of a pullback. Like I said, in the market, I do think it'll pull back some. I would say, since this one trades on the New York Stock Exchange, we saw where it looks like it's going to pull back a little bit more this week. I would say 85.49. If it comes down to 85.49, I feel real confident. That's a good price point for this one this week. And even if you don't get out by Friday you should see anywhere between maybe 1 to 2% gain by Friday. This one be more of a long-term hold for this one, but definitely going at 85.49 this week. That's what's your call out for Merck this week.
Oh, got it. Yeah, my call out for Merck, I put down a 86.39.
86.39. All right. What's your thoughts on Merck? You ever traded this company before?
No, I don't know. I really don't know too much about it. I got that ready just looking at the charts, doing some TA.
Okay.
For me, the momentum was pulling up a little bit on it, short term wise. So yeah, I think it's potential. Like I said, I don't know too much about Merck though.
That's right. It's right in my yellow support too. You said 86.39. It's pretty much right at where I was originally probably going to call it out based on that yellow line, but saw a little bit of a pullback potential. So, but yeah, 86.39 is still a really good price point this week. So yeah, I like that one. Anything else on Merck?
No, not from me.
All right. Next on the list for a long-term hold, Micron comes in flat this week, 19 cents overpriced at 52.72. And we'll go to the charts on Micron, and we have called this company out quite a bit. So I won't go through all the call outs, but we were calling this out quite a bit in the cake range earlier in the year, around April. Actually, this one was doing really good. I've traded this one a couple times this year, did really good, more short term, not long term. We see a drastic drop and fall in the price in early June. And then since then, it's been kind of all over the place. Hasn't really held any real support. So we're looking for some signs in the market, and what we're looking at here as of late. We did call it out last week, and we see the market pull up. We see the MACD pulling up. Didn't quite come down to my price point. Let's see, Daz, did it come down to yours last week? Nope, you just missed out as well. But this one avoided us last week. Expected to fall a little bit more. It did catch a lot of volume this week and actually popped up a lot higher. I do see some resistance on the blue, which makes me think it will pull back down some more. It hasn't fully turned bullish yet. I think with the state of microchips, I think this is really good pricing in here now. So I'm gonna go ahead and call this one out at the exact same price point I had last week at 48.79, pretty much at the same get out point at 50.69 to 53.32 if you want to short term trade it, but definitely a long term for this one with it being microchips and everyone knowing the state of microchips being in short supply. And this one I think will definitely take off at some point, especially once it gets close to the 180-day SMA. So 48.79 is my call out for Micron again this week. That's what your call out for Micron this week.
For me, I got 50 even.
Went a little higher than you did last week.
Yeah, like this is another tricky one too. But I think 50 even might be okay. I know the 5 from the charts, the 5-day, 15-minute, the low was 49.75 pre-market. So I just wonder if it'll go down and test that again.
Okay. So 50 sounds good too. Look at the MACD, it's so far below, has so much opportunity here. So yeah, if it come down support at that 50 range or 40, what do you say, 49.75,
Yeah,
Um,
49.75 was a low pre-market.
yeah, it could definitely take off. Like I said, it's catching a lot of volume here the last couple of weeks. So definitely a good time to call this one out. Catching this one at a low price. This one could definitely take off before you know it in the next couple months. So, all right. Anything else on Micron this week?
No, not for me.
All right. Next on the list came up was SentinelOne. Came up in the scans this week. Flat trend. 11 cents on sale, coming in at true value of $26.65. Let's go to the charts and see what SentinelOne is telling us. We've called this one out a couple times as well. This one has done pretty well over the last, say, couple months. And you can see where back in July came down to our price point, pulled up. It missed our price point the very next week. Pretty much stayed slightly bullish ever since we called it out then. And we can see how it's been kind of on a nice little pattern back and forth through this progressive channel that I got drawn here. I think this week, just like this kind of bobbing and weaving back and forth, I think 24.81 is a good price point to catch this one at. Even catch it on a nice follow-up. And you can see it coming really close to the 180-day SMA. Again, like I always say, once stocks get really close to the SMA, and they'll typically take off above, you'll see it come down, and support against it, which gives you another opportunity to come in and invest in it. Definitely like what I'm seeing here as it gets closer to the SMA, definitely for a long-term play. So 24.81 is my call out for SentinelOne. Do like what I'm seeing in the MACD. So don't really have too many complaints about SentinelOne at this price point. Daz, what's your call out for SentinelOne this week?
Yeah, so for me, I got down 24.28.
Okay. Pretty close. 24.28.
Yeah, on that one.
You think about this company, you like it, like price points?
Yeah, I like it. I don't know a whole bunch about it as much as I probably should, but I think it's a good price. In that range though for a trade.
Yeah, I think what I'm seeing over the last couple months, man, is I really like the pattern. It's pretty easily readable from my standpoint. So, all right. Anything else on SentinelOne, Daz?
No, not for me.
All right. And then last but not least is Raytheon. So Raytheon comes in at a -2 trend, so slightly downtrend, 12 cents overpriced at an 83.89 true value price. So go to the charts and show you what I'm looking at on Raytheon. Called this one out in the past, and we'll show you where it's a great opportunity to average down based on what we saw happen before. So let's see, we called this one out around August, late August range. This was on a really nice pattern in the cake, which is always kind of touch and go, kind of dangerous area to actually start investing in. I typically want to be below the cake and watch it build up above. Don't really like buying way above for sure. Definitely inside is kind of risky. And so we made that call out here. You see it fell down. Been on a steady bearish pattern since then. I do like what I'm seeing with the MACD here. It looks like it's gone. No, it's in convergence still. But looks like we're seeing some support over the last couple weeks, and looks like we're seeing a nice little pullback. So I bought in here. Been buying shares here and there. Definitely a good opportunity to average down this week, buy some more, get your price point down low to get below this cake range here for it to take back off at some point. And so Raytheon is a military weapons company, so something to think about too with all the things going on overseas. So like what I'm seeing here, see a little bit of a pullback against the red. on the Williams Alligator and see that it looks like it may come back down some more. I would say 81.90 is a great price point this week if you can get in at that price point. That's what I'm going to be waiting for. Do see some uncovered manipulation down to 81.09, so I wouldn't be surprised if it comes down and touches that before it springs back up. But 81.90 is where I'm going this week. I do see a earnings report call out coming in the next couple of weeks, so it's something always to be aware of. I don't like to really invest or put money into the market during those weeks. So we're a couple weeks ahead of that, so not too concerned there, but definitely 81.90 is a good price point this week. So that's my call out for Raytheon this week. Daz, what's your call out for Raytheon?
A little different. I got down 82.87.
Okay, about $1 off. What's your thoughts on Raytheon price point this week?
I like this one a lot. I mean, I feel like you can't beat it. Defense stock, technology is not going to be going anywhere but evolving. So long term, I feel like you can't lose. Short term, I feel like it's something I'll probably put 10% of my portfolio in and nibbling for right now and go from there. But
okay,
yeah, I'm personally considering buying some shares. So
all right, sounds good. See, I believe that was it for this week. So, Daz, anything else on Raytheon or any other companies we called out?
no.
All right. Good. Well, that's it. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate the time today. Short video. I know we're trying to get some of this stuff knocked out. We have some other videos we're working on to bring your way. So stay tuned for some more things coming soon. Again, share, like the videos. Comment if you see any companies you'd like for us to call out or put any price points to. We'll put them on the list. And also be sure to share with anyone who likes technical analysis that's out there in your circle of friends. So again, appreciate you joining us tonight. Thank you.
That's good.
Bye.